was a wonderful occasion. We were all proud. We shared it with our all of our employees, the craftspeople, salespeople, management team, and then we sort of did a little circus run and took it out to our customers and showed it to them.
In the beginning, when we come to we're coming to the awards and seeing the winners, of course, going back to the very beginning, competing or what we felt like trying to compete with some of the bigger companies, which we ended up being a bigger company, made it interesting. But competing with some of the bigger companies that may have had opportunities to do pieces that we didn't have to do, made us strive harder to go out and find those opportunities. So it helped. I think it was a two-edged sword. It helped us look at things differently as far as design, trying to push that a little bit, but to look for and seek out customers who would allow us to do that. So it was a good two ways.
When it first came out, nobody knew where it was headed. So the second year around, we told our salesmen, why don't we look a little more closely at the printing we've done and try to find some pieces that we would enter. And one of our salesmen said, that's a great idea. What we ought to do is also tell the customer we're doing that.
We did use it in a marketing campaign. Like I said earlier, I think that we took some of our customers to dinner and celebrated with them, and especially the one whose piece won the Best of Show. But absolutely, it was part of our marketing efforts.
The awards is such a huge part of our marketing. It is a great benefit. We use it in our marketing plan that we have, which is, we're the most award-winning printer in the Carolinas, which we are, and we love to post that. We have it on our truck. Both sides of our truck goes up and down a highway, so it's a running billboard.
In all the years I've been designing, the thing that I found when I work with people who are award winners is that they are the people who, when you go in and you say, I want to do this or I want to do that, they don't say you can't do that. Instead, they say, well, let's see if we can get the equipment to push that envelope. And so I've found that people who win awards, it's not about that they won awards. It's a way of sort of capturing that they're willing to see what their equipment and their skills and their people can do when asked something that obviously is outside the box. I see the people who are out there looking to do something who are never going to get perfection. I'm not going to get perfection, and I don't demand perfection. What I ask is people to say, I want to do excellent work, and that wins awards as a byproduct.
Well, my response to it was that I was delighted to have won anything, but of course we did win several. We also began our own internal tradition of framing them and presenting them to customers, generally over a luncheon or over some event, so that they certainly understood it was their award, not ours, that we had simply won it in their behalf.
So I wouldn't say that winning a Best of Show changed our business, but I would say that the things we did to win a Best of Show changed our business. I remember the first one we won was for a very fancy brochure we did for Bob McLemore Homes, and it was our first sort of foray into four-color printing. We had bought a four-color press the year before, and so we were really, really proud of being able to produce four-color work at that level. And so winning a Best of Show in the Carolinas definitely validated that we had reached a certain level of credibility in process color. So did it change our business? I think it helped us change our business.
How's winning Best of Show changed things at Sun Solutions? It's made us want to do it again.
If I had to compare the PICA Awards to other competitions around the country, the synergy that takes place between the designers and the printers is pretty amazing. The first year I judged, what took place was the advent of a lot of the digital that took place. And you really have to have a discerning eye unless you have a glass in your hand, to tell the difference anymore. They've really, the twain is meeting. I think both digital and offset. I think digital has come into play. If somebody needs 50 copies of an annual report, they'll go ahead and print that digitally, and it looks awfully good in comparison to what's taking place in the offset world.
In the early years when Classic was a really, really small company, the PICA Awards were incredibly important to us because the kinds of customers that we did business with and wanted to do business with didn't really have any concept of the level of quality we were able to produce. So for us, entering the PICA Awards and beginning to win PICA Awards was a big deal. I joined PICA so that I could enter stuff in the PICA Awards because I thought it would be really important. So when we were real small and as we grew, PICA Awards were, 40% of my marketing budget, if you want to call it that.
My advice to printers about printing would be certainly not be focused on award winning because it misses the point. Award winning is simply what people recognize after someone has put in their very best effort. And I think when people are doing printing for a certain price and they miss the point that they're really involved in a project that has begun before they were invited into the sandbox to play, there are a lot of people who are looking for that piece that they're doing to achieve something. And the more they can align themselves with the person that has brought them that project, be it the designer or the client, who is working to accomplish something, to achieve something, and to say, I want to partner with you guys to do the part that I do, which is putting ink on paper or any other of the technical choices that may be in there, or the right equipment or whatever, but really be looking at what's the project trying to achieve and then work toward that end. So that would be excellence. And I think excellence is a much higher target than simply getting ink on paper and calling it a day. So I would say excellence would be a great thing to put as a common goal.
Last year would have been my favorite memory. I think coming in with some of the entries last year, I mentioned that it was always on my bucket list. I'm getting older, and I said something then about that's on my bucket list. I mean, I told you I want to win this award.
I think one of my favorite memories was the year that we had to give credibility and put someone in the Hall of Fame, and that person was Gwen Doster.
Probably my favorite memory was when we won the first Best of Show, standing up and getting ready to go accept that, and Mike Harper stood up from the table in front of me and gave me a high five on the way. Mike was my hero at the time. He had a much bigger company and was doing much more super high quality work, and so I always thought that him, giving us that recognition personally, that was probably the highlight.
There are a lot of memories of the awards, sad, happy. One of the memories that comes into mind is the last one with Gwen, because I'd worked with her for so many years in the putting in the awards. So when she was there for that last time, that was a kind of emotional evening.
They're all just such wonderful memories. It's hard to select one as my best awards memory, unless, of course, it was way back when in the old hotel on Myrtle Beach when I had to sit up most of the night manually signing all the awards. There were so many that year. While everyone else was reveling on the beach and having a wonderful time, I was signing awards. And that's one of my better memories.
I do not have a favorite memory of the awards program, but I have a lot of favorite memories of PICA itself, the friends that we made. We were all competitors. For the most part, we were competitors. But if our presses broke down or one of our presses broke down, I could call another PICA member and they could fill in for me. And it was a network of, we all knew one of us was going to have a challenge, and we were there to help each other. And it was a wonderful fraternity of professionals that would share with you instead of hiding from you.